the CPS Reports, and we are back with another fight preview. This time it is UFC 301. Pantoja taking on Erceg. Sunday, May 5th, 4 a.m. That is South African time. So, without further ado, let me introduce Jedi and AD breaking this card with me. How's it, guys? All good? You all good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, surviving.
AD doesn't look too happy about the fight card. AD?
Yeah, like I was saying to you a few minutes ago, it's a bit underwhelming. Even coming off UFC 300, it's still. I think the phrase they used, like, was there no one else?
Was there no one else?
We should sum it up. But anyway,
no.
So let's make the most of it.
He's more on the sub, the guys.
He wants to change him out. I want a different main card. But look, this is the main card we are faced with. It is in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And obviously, it's only fitting that the UFC has the Brazilian champion take down the main card, be the main event for this card. Other than that, let's just get straight into it. Alexander Pantoja versus Steve Erceg. Now, I'm not sure what to make of it when I first saw this fight put together, but then obviously watched some footage on Steve. We know Alex Pantoja beating the two Brandons 5 times. He fought him 5 times, beat him. It was 5-0 against the Brandons. So like Eddie was saying, who else is next? Early on, Eddie did say Manal Cup. We don't know what was going on there. That was going to be the case, but he's got this dude now, Steve Erceg. Watching his footage, watching some footage on Steve, looks like a really good boxer, guys. Very good kickboxer. He's got good takedown defense. He's very aggressive on the ground, actually, even though I don't think it's his base, like it's his forte. I think he prefers to stand up. And I'm going to go out and say it here. I think he might be a bit of a puzzle for Pantoja. I tell you why. Because he's lengthy. He's got the length of Royval, and he's got the speed of Moreno. So it's like, it's not necessarily the best of both of them. I don't think so, because I would like to see Steve fight any of the Brandons, obviously. But Jade, give us your thoughts. What do you think of this fight? How do you think this plays out? Because I think Steve is really good, actually.
Yeah, I was also like, who the hell's this boy? But he's actually very good, bro. He reminds me of what's this dude? Sugar Sean. He's kind of the same kind of attributes, you know what I mean, as what he has in the bantamweight. I think he's gonna be a problem for Pantoja if it goes after 3 rounds. But like, I can also see Pantoja knocking him out early, you know what I mean? But he's good, he's young, and he's very tall, and he likes to stand up and pressure Oaks. I think he's gonna be a problem, and he likes to take that back, bro. He's got a funny way of ending up and rear naked choking Oaks, from what I can tell.
Yeah, he's really good at doing that.
And he seems his cardio seems very good also. So I think he might be a problem for the champ, bro. But the champ is sneaky in his setups and the power. He's obviously on his side. The guy can put anyone away in the flyweight. Yeah. So it's gonna be I think it's a dangerous fight for either guy. Honestly, yeah.
Can you pick a winner?
I don't know why he always gasses out so quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't maintain
it's crazy.
His cardio isn't that good for 5 rounds.
I don't know if it's like an altitude thing or whatever, but Steve Erceg looks like he's gonna be a problem.
Well, they are fighting.
Who did he lose against?
Steve.
Does anybody know?
I think he's on a 3-fight win streak since coming into the UFC.
Yes, Eddie's right.
Okay.
Yeah. 3-fight win streak.
So but having said that, everybody that he beat, like, I don't see anyone really noticeable or anyone worth writing home about. So 3-fight win streak is a 3-fight win streak, but
it's actually 11 fight. It's actually 11-fight win streak. There's just 3 in the UFC.
Yeah, 3 in the UFC. Yeah, apparently he had quite a meteoric rise in his like on the local scene in Australia.
Yes.
So it's difficult for me to give him any any kind of route to victory here, because I think that, like you mentioned in the beginning, Pantoja, having beat both Brandons so many times, I think he's shown a lot more. But having said that, anything can happen. Man's on a 3-fight win streak, so I don't know if you could say he's earned his title shot. And I personally think there's a lot of other people that could have fought instead of him here.
Yes.
I look
That's
at
why I
Kai
say
Kara
he reminds me
France.
so much of Sugar Sean.
Is that why?
Yeah.
The Dana White privilege.
Oh,
Nice. So Kai Kara France, Manal Cup.
Yeah.
I think either one of those guys who were actually higher than him in the rankings, could have stepped in here. But I mean, obviously he must have said that he was willing to take the fight.
Felipe Santos is also
he's ranked, check here, and he's ranked number 10, exactly when Sugar Sean
exactly.
got the thing.
That's true, no, Chid? That's very true. But Eddie,
so
you
it's like
also
rather,
can't pick,
as you say, Dana White probably jumping in here.
So Eddie, you also pick in Pantoja, but I think myself and Judo are in agreement that it could potentially be one of those tricky ones. Because Steve, he looks like a puzzle, dude. He looks like a puzzle.
Yeah, but
look, I haven't seen enough to him to have a solid opinion on that. So yeah, a 3-fight, like I said, a 3-fight win streak is nothing to laugh at. So he has earned it to an extent. So let's hope that he can at least make it a good fight. But if you say he's going to be a puzzle, then hopefully that's the case. I'll put some money down on him, and hopefully on Sunday I'll be a rich man.
Easy $50.
Let's see. But moving on swiftly to the co-main event, it is Jade's idol, the number one, the king of Brazil, Jose Aldo, facing Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez has been on a rise, his last couple of fights. I think he's also on a good fight win streak right now. I think it's 3 or 4, 5, 6 fight win streak.
This man is good, bro.
6 fights.
He's been beating the Oaks. He's strong.
He's
very strong.
No, it's fine, Jed. It's fine. We're not getting monetized for this chest yet. Jonathan Martinez.
He's very strong, bro.
He's changed a lot. I mean, I remember watching him in the early stages where he was getting beaten. He was taking a beating. But now he's got a rank. He's ranked number 12. His last couple of fights, he looked really good. He's turned into almost one of those like heavy like Thai boxing spec man, where he throws extreme body kicks, low kicks.
Exactly.
I think he's one of the few looks that's finished people with leg kicks in the UFC. But he is fighting the dude that pioneered the leg kicks, Jose Aldo. He's the guy who brought it to the UFC like successfully. We know Jose used to chop Oaks away with leg kicks. Let's take it to Jedi since it shows Aldo. How do you think this plays out for the legend?
I think it's going to be a very interesting fight, especially because it's 3 rounds. Jonathan Martinez he's been on a tear. He beat that what's that dude? Said Nagomedov, which everybody was like running away from and saying this guy's going to be the guy.
Facts.
And Jonathan Martinez beat him, bro.
And Adrian Yanez and Cups Watson.
So yeah, exactly. He should fight Sugar Sean, but he won't until he's number 10. Anyway, I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a stand-up fight. I think Jose is kind of become like a gatekeeper fighter, for the top 10.
Yeah.
But he's still very dangerous. I just think that he can't fight longer than 3 rounds. I think he's like also something about the Brazilians' cardio just doesn't hold up. Don't know if it's in their water or in the pork or something, but
Feijoada?
I don't know, but I don't know what it is, but they just don't last. So we'll see. I think a 3 rounds is going to be an exciting 3 rounds for this type of fight, but I can't pick because I can see the power and the youth is with the one guy, but obviously this is going to be a kickboxing fight for 3 rounds.
Which could work in Jose's favor.
Jose might win that.
Yeah, you're right. And Jose's been boxing of late. before coming into this fight, and he's been successful at it. What's your thoughts, AD?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jedi pretty much covered most of it. I wanted to really kind of draw attention to the leg kicks, which is a big part, which I think is going to be a big part of it. Jose Aldo's like 38 now, bro. So it's one of those fights where it's like, is he past his prime? Is he over the hill? Like, is he able to rally against a contender who, as far as I can see here, like you said, he's been on a 6-fight win streak. So yeah, it's one of those where it's like the word gatekeeper does come to mind, and like if he does win here, then that will kind of like propel him into the higher kind of rankings in the division. So yeah, it's one of those when like you have a young up and comer fighting against a guy who's done it all. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting fight, but for me, I think it's very difficult for me to give Jose the result here simply because he hasn't fought MMA fights since 2022. Yeah. He's been boxing, and we saw how that kind of affected Conor's style when Conor was doing boxing. Like when he came back into MMA, he was very much boxing focused. So I don't know, like, but being that leg kicks are such a big part of Jose's game, I'm not sure that he'll kind of lose that. So that would be very interesting to see. Yeah, that would be very interesting to see from our side. So yeah, an interesting fight. Obviously going to Rio fighting Jose Aldo is a mammoth task. And yeah, the crowd might jump in before Jose can get knocked out. If it goes down like that. It's actually crazy.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts regardless. You know, this fight, there's some quick news. This fight was actually supposed to be Dominic Cruz and Jose Aldo. And then Dominic Cruz got injured. Yeah, that was the scheduled fight for this. And then
that's a better fight to me.
Jonathan Martinez was a backup because of Dominic Cruz getting injured. Ew. That's what these two are fighting now. But anyway,
Jonathan Martinez is gonna be a beast, bro. He looks like he's got the attributes.
He's learning, He's getting there.
Honestly, when I saw him the first time, I was like, "Is that Royval?"
Oh yes,
Same. I was like, what's going on here?
He does look a bit like Brandon Royval. He does. He really does. But before we move on, guys, just a quick little sidebar for the fans out there or for the audience out there. If you haven't liked the video just yet, snap the like button right now. Help us get to our first 500 subscribers and hit the notification bell to stay in touch with our latest content. But moving down the list, guys, we got Anthony.
Help us find out what is Johnny Walker's real name, please, guys. Leave it in the comments and the likes and stuff below.
Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker. So now we've got Anthony Lionheart Smith, guys, taking on Vito Petrino. So Vito, I watched a couple of tape on this dude. He's massive. He's a massive guy. Yeah, he's got that. What's that guy with Thor's hammer on his chest? That Jed likes. Thiago
Santos.
Thiago Santos. Pretty much carbon copy of that dude. Fights very much the same style, same body build, everything. Just the younger version of him.
They're from the Brazilian military. The Brazilian guerrillas.
and you know, Anthony Smith, I think he's on like a four losses out of the last 5 or something like that. 3 out of the last 4 fights he lost. Obviously getting brutally knocked out in the last one against what's that dude's name? I keep forgetting his name. Khalil Rountree.
Who are we talking about now?
Anthony Smith.
The
Lionheart. Yeah. So yeah, this is also like I think a fight to pretty much. I was watching what's his name, Michael Bisping's podcast. He was saying he feels almost like Paul Craig, like Anthony Smith, the same way that UFC is just paying them a big amount of money to go to Brazil to get beat up by their up and comers. So because Vito Petrino's an up and comer. Well, I mean, this is from the fighter's mouth. This is what Paul Craig was saying, and what's his name? Michael Bisping feels the same way for Lionheart, even though he thinks Lionheart could still win the fight. It just almost seems like that's the headline coming out of this fight. I don't know if you guys agree. AD, what do you think?
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that sentiment. I think it's pretty much the same as the Aldo Martinez fight. Lionheart's been in the game a long time. Yeah, but having said that, these most recent fights have been absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
It's basically become a glorified tomato can in the last 4 fights. So he's just been absolutely crushed.
Smith,
Anthony Smith.
Oh.
Petrino's been on a 4-fight win streak, so it's the same situation. You have this fucking bull coming in at 100 miles an hour facing the gatekeeper, and it's going to be interesting to see, but it's very difficult for me to give.
I think it's going to be sad.
Yeah, it might be sad,
bro. And this guy's is 11-0 also.
I know. I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen him fight.
It doesn't sound great on paper.
No. Yeah, and the only way I can see Lionheart really winning is if he actually gets to wrestle with this dude. But because standing up, I don't know who's gonna last. What do you think, Jay?
This guy can jiu-jitsu, bro. This man jiu-jitsu, bro. Vito Petrino.
Yo, he's minus 410 on the odds. This Vito Petrino.
Minus 410.
He's the favorite. So you're giving it to Vito, Judah?
Well, I mean, he's undefeated. He's probably gonna face Jamal Hill after this.
What's the guy's name? Yeah, Jamal Hill is the right name. Is
Jamal Hill.
But Jamal Hill probably will get Uncle Live next. Vito's probably gonna have to fight someone else. But if he wins this fight, yeah, Magomed Uncle Live. Also top light heavyweight. Yeah. But anyway, let's
But
move.
Paul Craig didn't beat him.
Yeah, and he beat Jamal Hill. We'll come to Paul Craig.
I know.
We'll come to, we'll come to Paul Craig.
See, what's going on here with you?
Now,
what is going on here?
Let's move it down the list, nice and easy. I also don't think Lionheart Smith's probably going to win that fight. Just I think about prediction there. I think he's going to lose it. We got Michel Pereira, which we all know is entertainer, taking on Iho.
I love this guy.
Iho Petrosia, what's it? Poteria, Ukrainian. I looked at Iho. This guy also, his fight record hasn't necessarily been that great. I think he's also 2 out of the last 5 in his last couple of fights. Yeah. He's won two of his last 5, which is not that good, right? And we all know Michel Pereira is the kind of guy that will smack you. They'll smack you so hard that you get knocked out instead of just hitting you knocked out. Doing backflips off the cage and spinning this and Superman punch that and capoeira this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it gets him gassed out to the point where he can't fight round 2 and 3. So going into this fight, this could either be a 35-second massive explosion and someone gets knocked out, or Iho could be a bit more calm and collected and actually weather the storm of round 1 and potentially get to win in round 2 and 3. I don't know if you guys agree, disagree. What do you think, AD?
Yeah, for me, I know you mentioned that Michel Pereira is quite a wild man, and I think anybody that's watched any of his fights or any of his press conferences would definitely agree with that. Having said that, though, I do think that he's kind of shown a new side to him. I think I watched, I'm not sure if it was his most recent fight, but I saw one of his fights not too long ago. And he seemed a lot more composed and a lot more measured in the way that he was approaching it. He obviously is... Yeah, Ponzinibbio. Yeah. That's the fight, he's never going to lose that element of surprise or that element of just being a wild man. So he's very unpredictable. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that I think he's been a lot more composed and a lot more measured in his last fight, specifically the one I saw. So yeah, I think he'll get the job done here. I haven't seen too much of his opponent, Petrino. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Pereira for this one.
What do you say, Jade?
Yeah, I'm also going with Pereira. I think Pereira is gonna put on a masterclass show of Pereira-ness. I think he's gonna beat
Everybody
this
knows
guy up
exactly what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, tune in, guys. So yeah, he's gonna obviously be the unorthodox, high pressure, and it plays into Io Porteria's style. I think they're kind of similar. It's like for like here. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna take a lot for Pretoria, who is younger or so, to kind of stay out of Michelle's elusive and like reckless abandon kind of fighting style, which he's obviously gonna do because he feels like he's the bigger, stronger guy. But I think it's probably not gonna be a knockout because I think he was quite tough. I think he's a really tough kid, judging from what I've seen. But I definitely think that Michel Pereira is gonna give us a highlight reel.
Yeah, especially because they're fighting in Brazil, bro. Like we say, the crowd's gonna be so wild for all the Brazilian fighters on this card. And I think that's just gonna amp up Michel. And I'm gonna go here and suggest a bet between the Oaks in the video right now. If we put down a 20 each, I'm gonna say that Michel Pereira is gonna start off the fight with a flying Power Ranger kick. What do you guys think?
Flying knee.
Nah, like a flying knees. No, it's like a flying push kick. He's gonna try something mad like that.
Okay.
A flying.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a Power Ranger kick is. So if I knew, maybe I'd be able to take the bet. But yeah, I'm not gonna go.
Just a flying kick. It's just a flying kick. Or you'll do like a drop kick.
He's gonna start with a high five.
With a high five to the guy's face here.
Okay. I think he's gonna start with a high five.
Let's see, bro. Let's see. Michel's got that in to do something insane. And then obviously the last fight on the main card between Paul Craig and what's this dude's name? Xiao Baralho. And I think he's almost very similar to what's his name? Paulo Costa. They got a very similar style, very similar build, very good kickboxers. Sometimes he gets a bit reckless. This is Baralho now. But Paul Craig is just a freak of nature when it comes to jiu-jitsu. I mean, he broke Jamal Hill's arm, caught Uncle Life at the end there in the submission. There's a chance that he could end up on the ground. And if I think they go to the ground, I think Paul Craig wins, to be honest with you. But Baralho is the up-and-coming dude. He's the one that UFC's sort of curating his career nicely to get him to be a good challenge contender for that middleweight division. How do you see this fight plays out, Jedi?
Well, I think Paul Craig's gonna tap this dude out. I think, especially because it's the first night, and as you say, it's in Brazil, and people's gonna be hyped. I think this dude's gonna be so hyped, and whatever, he's gonna run into something nasty. I watched some of his highlights. He's very aggressive and like.
Who's this now?
Push the pace.
Baralho.
What's his name? Yeah.
He does.
He's gonna get tapped out. Honestly.
Okay, what do you think, AD? He had a good fight against Magomedov. What do you think? Do you think Jed's right in calling it that way?
To be honest with you, I'm a bit hesitant to give my opinion here because I haven't really seen either of these guys fight too often.
Okay.
What I will say is that Baralho has some really shitty looking tattoos. So you should definitely put it out. But other than that, it's anybody's guess for me.
It's anybody's guess for you. I mean, Baralho is 15-1. Like I said, he's very aggressive.
I know, but still.
Yeah, it looks like Paul Craig is the overwhelming favorite from what I can see at the odds here. So yeah, maybe there's something to what Jedi was saying.
Look, I agree with Jed. I agree with Jed. I do think that I honestly think Paul Craig's only chance is actually on the ground, really. When I watched Paul Craig lose, he lost to guys that got good stand-up kickboxers or boxers. But when Paul Craig does win, he's winning by submission, TKOs here and there. If it gets into like a first toss. But what's the name? But earlier, like he's on a 6-fight win streak as well, and the dude's last fight was also I don't know, unanimous decision, but it was against someone really really tough.
Yeah,
so he's got a good streak going, you know.
But I mean, looking at him now, it's
yeah,
difficult to bet against a bro who has fight or die written on his arm. You know, it's a bit difficult to bet against that. So that alone is a factor. Yeah, I think that we should.
You should be careful. You should be careful.
Yeah, Paul Craig should be very careful when approaching this man. Yes. I think. Yeah.
Fight or die.
Fight or die on his arm, bro.
But it say fight or die.
Yeah,
fight or die and free spirit
on his neck.
Ross, you gotta put it up there for us, but on the edit.
Put what up?
This man's tattoos, my bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. I will. I'll get a nice pristine picture of him and put it up later. And then before we close off, gentlemen, I just want to get your quick prediction on. It's the only fight really that I thought entertaining on the prelims, and that's Jack Shaw taking on Joe Anderson Brito in the featherweight division. I'd like to get you guys just a quick prediction on that one. Jedi. Jack Shaw is good boxer, good wrestler, nice guy from Wales, you know. Brito, just like a Deuce Together, he's just a bigger version of Davison Figueiredo.
Bigger version of Deuce Together.
Yeah, because Deuce Together is now in bantamweight. Now there's a bigger version of him in the featherweight. Joe Anderson Brito. So just think about Deuce Together's fights. It's exactly the same thing. Taking on Jack Shaw. And Jack Shaw's like an Arnold Allen kind of spec.
Nice.
So what do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with I don't know any of them actually, so I'm just gonna say not Jack Shaw. Yeah,
You're gonna go with
Joe Anderson.
Joe Anderson. And you, AD?
Joe Anderson. That's a Moosin name, first of all. Secondly, I'm just looking at the stats here, and I see that Joe Anderson has takedown accuracy 75%.
Yeah.
Which is quite impressive. But Jack Shaw has a takedown defense of 79%, so I think that might be something worth investigating or worth paying attention to in the fight. So to say, looking at that, I would predict that the fight at some point would definitely go to the ground, or someone would attempt to take it to the ground. So yeah, I don't know too much about these guys, to be honest with you. You actually caught me a little bit off guard bringing this fight into the conversation. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty even according to the bookies. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with that, and I will say Jack Shaw to win by. Let's see, just based on stats alone, I would say Jack Shaw to win by decision. Yeah.
You know what? I actually think this fight might end in some kind of knockout here, to be honest. Just by judging of the style. Jack Shaw loves to box. Anderson also likes to stand up, but he also has jiu-jitsu in his back pocket that he can always rely on. So both fighters are probably going to look for the finish here for sure. And I think it's probably going to be Jack Shaw. But anyway,
yeah, I see Joe Anderson has a higher finish rate in terms of finish by knockout. Yeah,
he likes to go for it. Like I said, dude, just do it together, just bigger.
I mean, his average fight time is under 7 minutes, so that's definitely worth paying attention to. So yeah, it looks like a fun fight. Again, I don't know too much about it, but I'll definitely be tuning in for that one.
Cool. Yeah, but that's our breakdown, Jada. Eddie, thank you guys so much for giving me your time and breaking down some of these fights. But you can catch this fight live. It's UFC 301 Pantoja versus Erceg, Sunday, 5th of May, 4 a.m. South African time. Stay tuned. On that note, stay safe, stay humble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.